Here we go. Live action. There we are.
Hello, everyone.
Good
It
morning.
is 8 o'clock, October 28th. Hope everybody's having a good day
Yes.
early this morning.
Good day. It looks like it's going to rain.
It's been looking like that. We had some rain,
It's gloomy.
and it's just kind of like remnants. Yesterday afternoon, late, it was sprinkling.
Was it?
just that foggy, dreary look. Hopefully the sun will peek out today. I hadn't even looked at the forecast.
I hadn't either.
Let's see.
Hadn't either.
Let's see here.
I think we've got a total of 2 inches of rain for the month. I looked this morning.
And October's supposed to be our wettest?
Driest. October's our driest month.
Driest. Okay. Yep. Never mind. Never mind. Jason, it's going to rain tomorrow. 95% chance.
Really?
I had no idea. So the high today is going to be 64. 80% chance of rain tonight. I had no idea about this, so I'm glad I looked. And 95% chance of rain tomorrow. And then the temperatures Thursday don't get out of the 50s, Wednesday or Thursday. So we're no longer in Alabama.
I have to put my long johns on.
Welcome to Alaska.
Oh, me.
Not really, but it is a lot cooler, and it happened like that.
It is.
We went from that 80 day to
didn't take long, did it?
Yeah, just a little rain shower brought in some cool air, which we're happy.
Take long.
We're happy.
Yep, very happy.
You get so much more accomplished when it's not 110 degrees outside.
You do.
And you don't feel like you've worked that hard. That's I mean, yes, you've worked, but it's a different toll on your body.
Yeah.
Don't you agree?
I agree 100%.
So if y'all can't tell, Jason's battling cold, and
I'm good though. I got this one whipped.
You got it whipped.
Mm-hmm.
Actually, Mary Carl had it first.
Yep.
And then I had some symptoms that were totally different. It was kind of like it had flared up my autoimmune disease.
You did.
I was just hurt all over. I didn't have that sniffling. I didn't have that coughing, but that's the way it affected me. And my mom has it too.
Everybody's got it.
It's made its way around. We're all gonna.
Mary Carl hung out with some friends and contacted it that way and got over here and
spread the love.
At least I'm gonna say though, it's not bad. I got it whipped. It's not bad at all.
It's just like a cold.
Yeah, just your common
cold. And she is still coughing a little bit, so I expect yours to linger.
Yep, I ain't been coughing though.
Well, it hadn't got to that point yet. She didn't cough till a few days ago. Anyway,
we're all good. I will say this because people have been asking, what about my pipes?
Well, that's what I was going to say. You felt good that day.
I was fine.
We did a live that morning.
I was fine that day. It was that evening is when I started feeling symptoms. So that day, which was Saturday, well,
we did a live. I took a shower that morning. All was good.
Water was working. Well, I went outside and I watered the greenhouse and I heard something sound like water was running. And the first thing I thought was, I left the water on. So right over there behind my roses on the backside there where the butterfly bushes are planted. Try to give you an idea where this was. On the side garden on the very right. If you're looking this way, it's been on the back. So right behind the fence, I got 2 roses planted on that fence and the butterfly bushes. And that's where I kind of heard the water running. And I thought, oh, goodness, because that's where I cut the water on for the fruit orchard. And I got the drip irrigation.
I was fixing to say the drip irrigation comes from that point.
And I thought, oh, I left it on. And I thought, I didn't cut that on because we've gotten rain. So I walked over there, and y'all, it was a trail about, I don't know, 3-4 foot that was just wet, and it hadn't rained yet. And I was like, oh goodness, I got a leak. And I thought it was that no freeze faucet, because they stick up out the ground and you cut them on and off and they wiggle just a little bit. But I believe that one's hooked up with PICS. The ones with PVC, when you cut it on and off over time, just that little bit of wiggle will wear that PVC out and eventually it'll break, is what's happened to us since we've been here. And I thought, that's where it's coming from. That's where it's coming from. Well, I got a box back there, in the ground box with a cutoff valve. And right there is a T. And of course, you got the main coming in, which is 2-inch. And then then it tees off and goes to the house, which feeds both houses.
So that's the main.
That's the main. And it drops to 1.5 inches there. And then I got it going to the greenhouse and into the old barn. And it drops to 3/4 inch right there. And I heard it, and that box was slap full of water. When I lifted it up there, the whole box was full of water. And I thought, oh my gracious, it's leaking down. What's going on here? So I got all the water out. I got me a cup and just scooped all the water out of that box. And I said, all right, I'm going to cut it on and see if I can figure out where this leak's coming from, because I don't think it's coming from the faucet. When I cut it on, it just shot out the bottom of that T. And I thought, how in the world is this 2-inch T? And I felt I could feel a crack on it. Have a crack. It's been 80, 90 degrees. We have no cold weather. It was in the ground, to code. Our frost line here is only like 3 or 4 inches. So, I mean, it's not like it's got to be super deep, but it was at least 6 inches deep in the ground. Could not figure it out. I still don't know how it did it.
I don't know where my picture went. I was going to show y'all.
So that's where it was coming from. Well, I cut it all out and I took the parts. I got a picture of the cracked T.
Well, I had a picture of the plumbing in the ground to show y'all how deep it was.
You can kind of see it right there. That was the T that was cracked right there.
So I was at the barn at the time, and Jason sends me a text.
But that's the box full of water. That's what it looked like.
And when Jason told me that we had a busted main pipe, I said, "There's no way." I took a shower this morning, Jason. Everything here it is.
There's the crack right there.
All right, this is what it looked like under the ground, so you can see where everything comes together, and you can see where that T is right there.
And that's the bottom of the T. That crack right there. And I still don't know how this crack happened. Only thing I can figure is
maybe we had an earthquake and we didn't know it.
I don't know. I have no idea. I have no idea how this happened. Well, so I cut it all out, went to the plumbing store. Now here's the tip. Well, number one, I despise plumbing. Plumbing is not my thing. I'm not good at it. I don't like it.
It frustrates you.
It frustrates me. Now, I will say this. I have started dealing with PEX versus the PVC. I like PEX. PEX is a lot easier than the PVC. But when you get to 2-inch, you're very limited when it comes to PEX, at least in our area. So I went there. Well, here's the tip right here. And I learned this a long time ago. Always buy, because PVC fittings are relatively inexpensive. So if you need a coupling, buy 2 couplings.
You can always take it back.
Always take it back, or buy 3 couplings, because then in my experience is that I mess up. I didn't fix it correctly. So I went to the parts of the hardware store and I bought 2 of everything I needed. But I also bought these things that I said, man, y'all, this looks great. So just think about this. You got a straight piece of pipe. And if you cut that pipe off and try to get a coupling in there, you have to try to put them 2 pieces of pipe back together. Well, they make this thing now called a slip coupler. I think that's what it's called. So it goes in and out. So you cut it off and you put it in there.
I still don't know what you're talking about. I need to see it.
Oh, you have to see it. So just put it like this. It's this small, and you put it in between your cuts, and it expands. And you see what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
So you make your cut wider, so you're not dealing with those 2 pipes trying to get a coupler in it. The coupler expands.
Okay.
So I was like, man, this looks great. And I was like, I wonder if they work. So I looked them up. Almost 5-star reviews on these slip couplers.
But you've never used it.
I've never used it. So I bought the slip coupler for the 2-inch, and I bought one for the 1.5 inch, and put it all back together. And then
Now, y'all, this was there was a big ball game Saturday
Oh,
at
yeah.
2:30. Alabama played football.
it did.
So Jason
Yep.
was still working
Yep.
on the plumbing during the game.
No, where this is, you can't even get a bicycle back there. Somebody wanted to drive over it.
Oh, no.
It's in my
It's a
garden.
walking area only, and very, very rare walking.
You don't even
Because
walk on this spot.
it's not a path or anything.
This is in the garden bed with mulch over it.
It's just by itself.
Yeah, there's no way. It's sort of like an accordion, but it's hard to explain, but it slips in and out. Well, I put it all together. It's probably about 3 o'clock when I get done. So I always like to use the wet set glue, which is your blue glue, because it cures a lot faster. And if you don't get all the moisture out, it can't be a big leak. But if you cut that big pipe, that water is going to drip. I don't care how long. I sat there and waited 30 minutes, and that water kept dripping out of that pipe. And so it's all that water is just coming down. So it just takes forever to drip, So I got all that cleaned off and put everything back together. Everything was good. And I read to let it cure for at least 2 hours. So that's what I did. So I was watching some of the ball game. It was curing. And I think it was maybe in the third quarter or so. So I
It was getting close to being dark.
Yeah, it was getting close to being dark. And so it's probably about 4:30-ish, give or take. So I went down there. Everything's good. So I cut the water on. And when I cut the water on, I ran back down here, and lo and behold, the slip couplings wasn't working, but it was my fault. I shouldn't have put it in the T, because what happened is at the T, the water going to the house pushed that coupler out further and pushed the whole thing over like this, which was causing several leaks. And I thought, oh my goodness.
So we weren't going to have any water the rest. We had not had water throughout the day. So that meant the next day.
Yeah. And let me back up. I had called 3 or 4 plumbers that morning, and the quickest I could get one was Monday morning.
Yesterday morning.
And this was on Saturday. And I thought, I'm going to fix this myself. Even though I can't stand it, I'm going to fix this myself. Well, all this happens. It's almost dark. And I told Brooke, I was like, I'm going to redo it. I'm going to redo it. And so I redid it.
He had not told me he bought extras. And I said, well, Jason, the hardware store that we have in town closes at 6 o'clock. This was 5:30.
I got extras.
I said, you better go get what you need if you think you're going to fix it today. Well, next thing I know, he starts working because he's got extra.
Put it all together. And then me and Brooke talked about it. We're like, you know what? It's dark.
We've been all day without water.
I'm going to let it sit and cure overnight. Granted, I still got some remnant of blue glue on me right there. I'm covered in mud. I got blue glue all over me.
And you were starting to feel bad.
I was starting to feel bad. So I cut the sink on, and it was just this little dribble. I mean, steady stream, but it was tiny. And I just stuck my arms under there and just washed them off, and just got some paper towels and cleaned it all up, and it just did like that. And yeah, next morning, got up. We cut faucets on in the house because I knew it was going to be a lot of air. Cut the water on, ran down here, no leaks. So then cut the water off, looked, no leaks. I checked yesterday, still no leaks. So I put the box in and started covering it all up, so we're all good. Well, that was an ordeal. And here's the thing. George was supposed to come and work on the bus.
Mm-hmm.
So that kind of...
And you were already going to watch the game, work on the bus, edit my video, and then all this happened. All this
happened right here. And so it was just a mess. It was absolute mess. And then George has a fur baby,
mm-hmm.
a cat that he's had for 15 years, who's not doing well. And so it was
You know,
just a mess.
Jason,
As for working on the bus.
yeah, asked for working on the bus. So Jason had sent George a message and asked him if he had left yet.
Yeah.
And you were about to start working on the plumbing.
Yep.
And George said he had not left yet because he was spending time with his cat that was elderly and not doing well.
Right.
And you felt like it just was a blessing in disguise, but for George, because he got to stay home with his cat.
Stay home with his cat. And I told him that. I said,
I mean,
you know what?
He could have stayed home anyway,
Yep.
but the plumbing thing happened, and then George,
Yep.
didn't need to come and stayed home with his cat. So,
That's right.
While it was a bad thing, it was a kind of a blessing for him.
It was. And then, of course, now I got a cold, and so I told him,
you wouldn't have wanted. I mean, you would have been exposing him and didn't even know you were sick.
Didn't know it. So, anyways, I got it all fixed. We're good now.
Hopefully.
That's right. Hopefully.
That's right. Things happen for a reason.
That's right.
Things happen for a reason. And here I was, I was out and I had gotten about half of my video recorded. And then we realized that the plumbing thing happened. I knew Jason couldn't edit it. So I just stopped in my tracks and we said, we can't do everything.
That's right.
So one or two or three things had to go, but the tide rolled.
And I was listening to it. I didn't get to watch it.
You were listening to it because you were working at the same time. I was
working on the plumbing, so I had it going on my phone and listening to Chris Stewart and Tyler Watts, and which was awesome because Chris Stewart, just Alabama's announcer or commentator, however they call it. What do you call them people? That's commentator, play-by-play guy. And he gets so excited.
Somebody else does too.
Oh, me. But yeah, got it done though. Got it done. And I was kind of happy that I did it now.
Did the plumbing?
Yeah.
Oh, I was happy that night or that next morning when I was able to take a shower and not have to wait till Monday morning. That was a good thing. That was a good thing. Mama came over Sunday morning and she was like, I'm going to have to go and get some bottled water. And I said, the water is fixed. Because last thing she knew is that we were going to have to get somebody Monday morning because it didn't get fixed the way we thought. So, yeah, it's fixed.
It's fixed. Can't believe it.
Goodness.
Can't believe it. Cannot believe it. So, talking about sports, I fell asleep last night and I had no idea who was even playing in the World Series. I'm not a big baseball fan, but it was on. And so I had it going and I fell asleep last night. And I don't know what time it was, but I woke up at about 1:30 and I said, man, they replaying this ball game. No, they weren't replaying this ball game. It was the 16th or 17th inning. And I thought, oh my gracious, that has to be the longest World Series game ever. I ended up kind of halfway watching it.
It wasn't the longest one ever, though, was it?
For the World Series, I don't know. Not.
I thought I remembered us watching one many years ago.
But I don't think that was the World Series.
Okay, maybe not.
It finally the ex-Braves player who everybody loved. Can't think of his name now. Freddie. Somebody's going to tell
Pendleton?
me. No. It's current.
No, that was Terry.
That was
Terry Pendleton.
Current player.
Oh, I don't know any current player.
And he had a walk-off home run last night, like in the 19th inning.
Oh, my goodness.
Game was like 7 hours long.
Oh.
They were exhausted. I can only think about the trickle-down effect. The longest game of the world history, it was. Because they used so many pitchers in that game.
I bet so.
So now it's kind of going Freeman. That's it. That's kind of so. It's going to have to mess everything up because, I mean, really, it's I don't know. It's just gonna. Those pitchers can only pitch so many innings, and yeah, it was crazy. And
you only have so many that you can put in.
Yeah, I don't know. It was a fun game, I guess, especially if you watched the entire thing, and especially if you was the Dodgers fan, because the Dodgers won. Yep. And they said that I saw this too. This stat is it? So that was game 3. So the Dodgers were up 2-1. That over 70% of the time, whoever wins game 3 wins the World Series.
So tonight's the fourth game?
Tonight will be the 4th game.
Fourth game. Okay. Yep. Okay.
Yep.
Well, hopefully it won't go to 17 innings.
I hope not. I don't know. I don't know what they do if they did. Yep.
They'd be in a mess because they need some rest.
Was it somebody said it was 20? Was it 20 total pitchers last night?
Good gracious.
It's crazy. It was crazy.
So yesterday afternoon, after Caden got out of school, he came over here and did his afternoon work and whatnot. And he was using the tractor, still putting mulch out in the fruit orchard. Got a little bit of that left. And I was at the barn taking care of things. Jason didn't feel too good late yesterday. In the afternoons is when you start going downhill. So I'm at the barn taking care of everything, and my phone rings. And I said, "Hey, Caden," because he was leaving at 6 o'clock. It's getting dark earlier. I'd already paid him. And he said, "Miss Brooke, I've lost my wallet." And I said, "What?" And he said, "I've lost my wallet." And I said, "Oh my goodness." I said, "Let me get this horse feed out and I'll come help you look." Well, I'd already tried to keep Jason away from him. I didn't want Caden to get sick. And, with him being at school, he just didn't need to be exposed to something that we know is very contagious because it's been through our family.
Yep.
And so I said, okay. So I get done feeding the horses. I told him to hop on the side-by-side because it was dark enough to where you needed a flashlight at this time. Hop on the side-by-side and start retracing your steps where you went on the tractor. Well, I get back up there and my immediate thoughts is I'm fixing to find this wallet because it fell out and it's in the cracks of the tractor. Because I keep my wallet on the back of my phone, magnetized. And so when I'm on the tractor sometime, this part will fall off. And I guess because it's magnetized, it doesn't fall down. His not magnetized. It was like a man's wallet. Well, didn't find it. Jason came out. I told Caden, I said, stay away from him. So we go different directions. We're looking for his wallet. And we didn't find it. And he said, it's okay. He said, I don't have much cash in there. I'm just worried about my driver's license. And I said, okay. If you get pulled over on the way home, you tell them that it's at our house and they can come look for it, or else you'll be getting a replacement.
That's right.
Well, he texted me about 7:30, I guess, and he found it in his driveway. It had fallen out of his pants pocket when he changed clothes after school. So thankfully, he found his wallet and doesn't.
Did you tell him I put mine in my front pocket?
No, I didn't. I didn't. You can holler out the door because I still don't want you to be around him.
I'm going to tell him.
Yeah, you can holler out the door and tell him to keep it.
I keep mine in my front pocket.
Well,
I used to keep it in my back pocket, but if you keep it in your front pocket, it's a lot harder for it to fall out.
Well, maybe I'll meet him at the truck today and tell him to keep it in his truck. He doesn't need his wallet. He doesn't need a driver's license to drive that tractor. He can drive the tractor without a license.
That's right.
So, y'all, I was so thankful because we were gonna get busy this morning looking for his wallet while he was at school. And my biggest fear was it's in that mulch. I said, Caden, is it brown? And he said, yes. And I said, oh my gosh, it's in that mulch. The mulch is brown. We're not going to find it. I didn't tell him that. I was positive. I said, we're going to find it. And he found it. So thankful.
Thank goodness.
Thankful. No worries at school today for Caden.
Thank goodness. Speaking of wallets, that made me think about, you remember those OP wallets?
Yeah.
With the Velcro?
Yep.
I can see mine now. It just open up. Ocean Pacific is what OP was. Ocean Pacific wallet with a Velcro on it. Just
Jason's first thought was, well, I don't guess he had a credit card in it, so he wasn't worried about losing it because he's not but 16 years old.
Well, I didn't think his parents may have given him.
Well, you just think about, losing your wallet and you're worried about canceling your cards because not here, but he didn't know where. He thought he lost it here, but who knows where he lost it. Anyway, happy to have his wallet back.
Also, somebody said you keep it in your front pocket is harder for a pickpocketer. And what I tell you, we used to mess with me is when I was working at the dealership and I sat down a lot doing paperwork.
It would push it out?
No, it would cause my back to hurt.
Yeah.
It would. You believe it or not, it would cause my sciatica to flare up. So, keep it in your front pocket.
Well, he just
Sunday.
doesn't need it when he's working. He's
He
got to
don't need it
remember
when
to
he's
take it
yeah,
out.
That's true.
I mean, that's easier said than done.
It
though.
is.
When he's used to having it in his
That's right.
pocket all the time, and he wasn't worried about the little bit of cash he had. He was worried about his driver's license. And goodness gracious, who wants to go stand in line at the driver's license office to get a replacement if he could find it?
Somebody said he needs a fanny pack.
He does. I'll fix him up with one this afternoon. Reckon what he'd say if I took him one and said, "Caden, you need to wear this."
He'd say, yes, ma'am.
He would. He would say, "Yes, ma'am."
Somebody said chiropractors advise you not to have it in your back pocket.
Oh, I bet
it
so.
does. It really does. You, I guess, because the way you see it, I don't know.
I can imagine that would get, it would probably put more pressure on one side of your spine than the other. So he needs to not have it in his pocket at school either.
That's right. Put it in your front pocket, Kate.
Put it
I'm
in
going to
your
tell
front
him.
pocket.
I'm going to tell him, put it in your front pocket.
And he's going to say, "Yes, sir."
Yes,
and
sir.
Never put it in his front pocket.
He might.
He might.
He might. He might listen to me and say, you know what? Mr. Jason might be right on this.
Well, who
Put it in your
knows?
front pocket. Put it in your front pocket. I see a lot of people saying, be praying for Jamaica.
Oh gosh, y'all,
That's
that is horrible.
Mm.
I took a screenshot last night of something that I saw. I mean, the whole thing is horrible. It's the biggest hurricane that has ever been through there. Look
I was
at
hoping
that.
that it was going to
Diminish
something or either turn.
And then we saw this last night. It was they said that this is birds inside the eye. I don't know how they know that.
I don't know how they know that either.
But
It must have something to do with
I had asked Mary Carl earlier in the day. Of course, we're worried about, human life first, but it's just a horrible, horrible thing that's going across that island.
Mm-hmm.
And prayers and thoughts are with those people that, I mean, it's an island.
Yep.
They're basically stuck.
Yep.
I saw where they were telling people to write their name in a Sharpie on their arm and their, family. So they're expecting the worst, and hopefully that won't happen.
Well, I guess if y'all haven't seen it, we had a visitor the other night.
Yeah, we had a visitor, but there was no evidence left.
No evidence left, except I got some pictures.
You got some pictures, but there was no visible evidence. So, knowing what they did a good job with their cleanup.
They did. They did a great job with their cleanup.
And it was all in good fun.
It was all in great fun. They had contacted us prior.
So if y'all know our friends, Nick and Zoe, over at Chestnut Hills Farmstead, they have some younger children, as well as Mackenzie, who's on up into her teenage years. No.
Who that is? Was it like Deborah?
Now, somebody bought honey the other night at 12:30. That's who it was.
That's who it was.
Looks
Looks like Deborah, don't it?
How about that?
Somebody we know.
Bought honey at 12:30.
They signed the book too.
Did they?
Yeah.
They must have just been driving around.
Our camera catches
Thank you, Terry.
everything.
Yeah, you got about 1 million pictures to go through.
Well, yeah, I do. I thought I was gonna catch it. Here we go.
Here we go.
Here we go. You can see where they rolled. They rolled it. There's one of the kids right there. I don't know what he is though. Right there. There's one of the Chestnut Hill clan. But they did come over and they asked us prior, and we told them it was perfectly fine. We didn't care at all. And it was something fun for the kids to do. So they came over there and rolled the farm stand, and they did clean it up.
They did. There was no evidence that anything had even happened. Matter of fact, the next morning, I thought it was still there. And Jason said, nope. Nick said that they cleaned everything up last night because the first initial thoughts were that they would come back the next day and do it.
Yeah.
And then Nick said he got to thinking about it, and he thought that they should just do it and then clean it up right then. So,
if he would have let me know like several days in advance,
you would have scared them.
I probably would have got me a Michael Myers mask.
Oh goodness!
And I'd wore my solid, because that's what he wore, was my mechanic, just my jumpsuit, just solid grade jumpsuit, and I just would have poked out.
Well, I'm glad you didn't.
And just walk slow, just walk real slow. That's it. I wouldn't have, that's it. That's all I would have done. And I'd probably been over on the end down there where they'd see me coming. but
I think the
didn't know it.
dogs probably would have gave you away.
Probably so.
Did Nick say anything about the dogs?
The dogs are barking.
Were they?
Yeah.
The other morning I had to sign for a package. One of you sweet people sent us a dress for Mary Carl,
Mm-hmm.
and I talked to her, and she had it delivered to the house, and I had to sign for it. And so I was outside, and the postal lady, told me I needed to sign. So I go over there, and of course, my Secret Service goes with me everywhere I go. Bandit and Rocky go with me, and I reach over to get the pad.
Mm-hmm.
It's like digital, and I sign it. And she said, every time I put something in that box, that one right there tries to get me through the fence.
Holly?
No, Bandit.
Bandit. Yeah, it's crazy.
And I told her, I said, well, we'll move that package box out a little bit, because sure enough, he was trying to get her. And you'd think he would know by now. He sees her all the time.
You would think so.
Yeah.
You would think so. Yeah, we can move that box.
We need to move it out some.
Yeah.
So she said she's always, like this, trying to make sure. But Bandit's big head can't fit through that fence anyway.
No.
The bars are spaced too far apart. But they go everywhere I go. Not so much Jason. I don't know. I guess
I got Holly.
I guess they're my dogs.
I guess so.
I told Caden the other day, I said, Caden, take those big boys home with you. I was just kidding. And he said, Miss Brooke, I don't know if I could keep those big things fed. They weigh more than I do.
Oh, they do.
They have a good temperament to us.
Yep.
But then they're very, they let you know that they're there.
They will.
To bystanders.
Absolutely will. Really will. Holly will too.
Yeah, Holly will too.
I want to say this though. Nick and Zoe at Chestnut Hills did film the whole thing of them rolling the farm stand with the kids and all. So some people will know, was it filmed? Yes, it was. You got to go over to their channel and watch that video.
Chestnut Hills Farm Stand.
Yep.
And they're right here in Chilton County, which we've talked about, our other friends that have channels here. Speaking of that, Renee from Renee's Jazzy Jewels, I opened up the little box,
That's right.
and I got my CZ earrings out. She has a live tonight at 7:30. That's Central Time. And she's doing a gift. She's putting everybody that came over from Cog Hill in a drawing for a piece of jewelry. So if you did not go over to her Facebook page, it's, oh goodness, I should have done this ahead of time. Maybe I can find it real quick. There it is.
You found it.
Renee, RENA. All right, I'm going to put it up here. So if y'all didn't go over to her Facebook page, do that before her live tonight. Renee's Jazzy Jewels Bomb Party.
Yep.
And I really didn't know how any of that worked until she explained it to me. So she'll be doing a live tonight at 7:30, and tell them Brooke and Jason sent you.
Please
and Jason sent you.
Please
so
do.
you can be entered in the drawing.
Saw somebody ask, is the Christmas coffee coming back this year? Absolutely. That's our best selling flavored coffee, I believe.
Jason had some Christmas coffee decaf last night at about 7:00.
I did.
He asked me if I wanted some, and I said, look, I know it's decaffeinated, but it's got a little bit of caffeine in it. There's no completely decaffeinated anything, and I don't want to be up all night. Thank you. There it is. Renee's Jazzy Jewels Bomb Party.
Let me show that.
Yeah.
So maybe, hopefully one of y'all win that, and maybe it's a diamond.
Maybe it's a $3,500 diamond. That's Jamie's time.
Uh-oh.
Well, I'm sorry. Take that back. So you have to choose between Jamie, Suits to Boots, or Renee's Jazzy Jewels.
Go over there and see if you won, and go back.
That's right.
Yeah.
That's right. That's right.
You see it. That's what you need to do, or either get your computer and your phone going.
Yeah. Now there you go.
Watch them both at the same time.
That's right.
Well, that would be the thing.
But she was very appreciative of us talking about it and me opening the piece of jewelry on the live. I wish it had been So Charmin's on at 7. Well, y'all got a lot of choices. Y'all got a lot of choices.
Oh, speaking of watching, 66 years ago, The Great Pumpkin, Charlie Brown, aired.
I always used to look so forward to that every single year.
And you always knew that it was going to be a cartoon on regular TV because the intro, it had that special intro. and you knew it was close. So you knew it was either going to be a Charlie Brown cartoon or it was going to be like the Rudolph the Red-Nosed Reindeer stop motion shows. You know what I'm talking
I
about?
got a question for
Yeah.
you. So, being a young child looking forward to that, I never paid any attention. Was it the same thing every year?
It was the same every year.
Okay.
Yeah.
So, what I was watching was a rerun, and I didn't even know it.
Yeah,
I was
every year.
looking forward to it. And as a child, I never realized it was a rerun.
Same cartoon every single year.
Okay.
And same Frosty the Snowman. Same. Thanks, Susie. Same. Give it
to Kate.
we will.
Thank you.
Same Rudolph. All those were all the same.
I never knew it.
Yep.
I never knew it. I mean, maybe I did, but I don't remember knowing it.
And you know, back then you got super excited because they weren't going to show any cartoons or anything like that at night on
That's right.
weekday.
That's
on
right.
Regular TV.
And you were looking forward to it.
Oh,
and
you're
your
looking
parents
forward
would tell
to it.
you, "Oh, on Thursday you got this to look forward to."
Oh my goodness. Yes.
Times have changed, haven't
Then
they?
it changed.
In a short period of time. I feel like I say that all the time, but it's the truth.
You know, I was talking to George when he was here last that you know, it seems like the technology from the 60s, 70s, 80s, and 90s
Never changed.
was not a big
No.
swing.
I mean,
you know,
of course
stuff
it changed,
changed.
but
You know, you got VCRs and
yeah,
CD
but now
players.
it's every year
Oh,
something's
it's
changing.
crazy.
And so what happened? Did our brain
I don't know. It's just, yeah, it's crazy.
It is crazy. It's crazy how it just almost stagnant. You know, everything was.
Just think about a TV. Your family bought one TV. That TV lasted for 30 years.
And now there's a new something every year.
Every year.
When we went to Sam's that day.
Oh yeah.
We're walking out and Jason's like walking sideways. He's like, "That's that new such and such kind of TV."
Crazy.
You know, it's no longer. I
Mm-hmm.
don't even know the abbreviation for it. It's something new.
Yep.
Thank you. I
It's a
can't see who that is.
Spider Toes.
Spider Toes. Thank you. Yeah, it's something new. Technology's increased, and then
It's
the
crazy.
price of TVs goes down.
Oh yeah.
When the new something comes out, the old ones go down even further.
So man, you were talking about you can buy a 90-inch TV for like $250 now.
It's crazy.
But that new one I showed you in Sam's, it was like $3,500.
Because it's the newest
It's the
thing
newest
out.
thing. Give it 2 years, and that TV will be $300.
That's right. And not even 2 years, probably.
Crazy.
Probably be less than that.
Crazy. Nickelodeon began in 1979.
Really?
I thought it was later than that.
Gosh, I did too. I thought it was something that came about when we were kids.
I did too. Interesting.
But you need that 90-inch TV, Jason.
Not that new one.
Mm.
I ain't paying that much for
No.
TV. Oh
Um,
goodness.
So I saw something yesterday that caught my eye, and we've told y'all before, we don't have time to keep up with other creators. I mean, yes, we have our handful that we keep in contact with, but there are some that
to watch them.
we just don't have time to watch.
We just don't have time to watch them.
And something came up and it caught my eye, and it was Natalie and Nico from R. Brown Farmhouse.
Mm-hmm.
And if y'all follow this couple, they were in Florida, around South Florida, and they've recently made a big move. Their family has relocated to Texas, and they have a beautiful, beautiful ranch that they've bought out there. So if y'all don't follow those guys, they're getting started on their new homestead. Yep. I showed Jason pictures of the place that they purchased in Texas, and it's absolutely
beautiful.
Magnolia Ranch is what it's called. And I'm so happy for them. I reached out to Natalie and I said, "Look, I apologize, but I'm so happy that y'all have, made your stop in Texas and that y'all are all getting settled in." She said she's sick of flying. She's been on an airplane going back and forth, and she's just ready to settle down. And I understand that with small children, just they're a very good, sweet family.
Yep.
Family oriented, and glad they have landed in their forever ranch in Texas.
It is beautiful.
It is very beautiful.
Absolutely beautiful.
She has a 2-hour drive to work.
Shoo.
She might need to get an airplane.
Shoo.
Goodness gracious. But they're in Texas and right above Houston in that area. And so I'm sure that, as every big city, the outskirts just keep growing and growing and pushing prices to where people have to go further away from work.
Yep. That's
your
true.
cousin was one of those.
Yep.
Air traffic controller in the Houston area, and they didn't live in Houston. They had to commute quite a ways.
I think they lived in Montgomery, Texas.
Yeah, because it was just too costly for them to live in Houston.
Yep.
So y'all go follow them.
I don't know if I answered this or not because we started talking, but we are going to have the Christmas coffee back in stock, and it should be coming up soon, and we'll let you guys know.
That's right.
Yep.
That's right. So,
yep.
So we're excited to have the Christmas coffee back.
Yep. Yep.
Right. Is Esso fixed?
The alternator part is. Yep.
So it's staying charged.
So far, so good. Now I got some other stuff I want to do to it. I want to do power brakes next. Put the brake booster on. I got it. That's going to be next. And then I want to upgrade to power steering on it too. And
then I can drive it.
Yep.
I was telling Mary Carl about how Esso doesn't have power steering and power brakes. Mm-hmm. And she said, "What does that mean?" And I said, "Mary Carl, I said, your daddy has had Jeeps in the past, and I've drove them without power steering and power brakes. And it's not something that I desire to do. It just makes me a bit nervous. It takes all your muscle, in my opinion. And it's probably more in my head than anything, because I know it's not that hard to drive, but in my mind, I don't have that control. And I don't want to drive it.
The power brakes is a much bigger deal than the power steering. Long as you're going 1 mile an hour or faster, the power steering, it does take more effort, but it's not bad. But the power brakes, you got to plan your stop ahead, and you don't need anybody to pull out in front of you.
Well, I'm not driving it until it's a little bit easier, because I just remember those old CJ7s that you had, and I drove them a time or two, and I did not like it. Is it that hard?
Yeah.
Okay. See,
the steering part to me is not that bad. It's the power brakes though that worries me more than anything.
Jason and Holly can have Esso until those two things are taken care of. And I thought about something yesterday. Do you remember? Well, we were working on the interior of the bus because we thought we were going to get it back together, real quick. So I went ahead and I got the seats recovered.
Yes.
And, I was kind of on a time crunch to get those seats recovered, and then look, it's back for another year. But I got to thinking, and I remembered that I had bought a piece of foam. I don't remember if I bought the foam already, or if I got to order it, but I bought the fabric.
You bought the fabric
to go on the back of the engine compartment. You know what I'm talking about?
Right.
Well, that foam, we took it out because it was bad. It was really the only foam that was bad. We put it on top of the bus where it's been sitting. The cats love it. They love to sleep on that piece of foam.
Yep.
But I either ordered it, or I've got to order it and get that gentleman to recover it.
I can't remember.
I can't remember either. I think I've got to order. I remember writing it all down. I remember finding a place that already had it pre-cut out to that shape.
Yeah.
But I got to get that done because I'm sure that engine puts off heat back there, and that little bit of padding would help to keep it from dispersing it. So
I reckon, I don't know. We just have to, I don't know. I swear I thought we had, but maybe we don't.
I don't know.
Maybe we don't.
I don't know either. But we're getting down to the nitty gritty to where we're going to need these things to be fixed.
Right.
I tried to dye the curtains, and it didn't take the way I wanted it to.
Right.
I could put the old ones back in there, but I bought the fabric already. It's just the grommets and then the sewing that's got to be put back in so they can be hung back up. So I want to get that taken care of too. And I bet that gentleman can do it for me.
I bet so too.
Fireproof fabric. So is it fireproof fabric?
I don't know.
Somebody said it was.
I don't know.
I
don't know.
I don't know either. We talked about if we ever get to the stage. Now here we are jumping the gun, but if we ever get to the stage where we do body work on termite,
oh God,
the original color was that lime green color.
It was.
And we think we would go back with that because all the door jambs and all the engine compartment and all that's the original green.
It is the original green. George says it was called, well, what the nickname was called, Kermit Green.
Kermit green.
Hmm.
And either interior would go. You know, it had two different colors in the interior.
It did.
It had that yellow green, and then it had the blue green. And I actually like the blue green better.
The blue green goes with
The blue van.
the blue van.
The blue van. But we're
The
just
yellow
going to be
green
a
goes
little.
with the green van.
So that means we can do either or.
We can do either or because they both match.
Well, we've already had it redone.
Yeah, they both match for sure.
But it's not going to be too much longer. We're going to have termite back on the road and
Yes.
driving.
Yep.
And speaking of power steering,
Mhm.
does it have power steering?
Yes,
Okay.
it does.
Okay.
We're fine there on that.
And power brakes?
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
As far as I remember, yeah, because it's got a brake booster on it. So you're
Well, I drove it when we bought it.
Mm-hmm.
We both left out of
Yep.
her driveway and drove it both a little piece. And I don't remember having a hard time
I
driving.
don't remember
it.
it being hard to drive either. Not like Esso. But that's a 77 model versus a 72 model. So it's a big difference.
No, Mary Carl has not gotten her license. She won't be 16 until December the 28th. So she's going to be 16 soon. And she took driver's ed. So all she's got to go up there and tell them she took driver's ed and it's in the system and they just give her a license. She doesn't have to take the exam, which is a good thing.
Which is a good thing.
Yeah.
Yep.
Because that driver's office here in Clanton is only open 3 days a week. So we don't have that many people that live in the city. And that means that they're not open 5 days a week.
That's right.
Well, there's one woman that works there and she takes care of everything, permits, driver's license. And y'all, that poor lady, she's got her hands full.
I don't know how she does it.
I don't know how she does either.
And is always in a good mood.
Always in a
Yeah.
good mood. And people constantly fuss about,
Mhm.
you know, not being open but 3 days a week. But if there's not more people in your city, then there's not much you can do about
That's
it.
right.
And did you know that you can go to any city and get your driver's license? It doesn't have to be the city where you live.
That shocked me.
We found out when you were trying to get your star
Yeah.
on your license
Yeah.
that we could go to Prattville,
That's
which
right.
is a bigger city, and get your driver's license. And they have like 10 people sitting there that you can get your license. Whereas Clanton is one person and
Yeah.
only open 3 days a week.
I didn't know you could go to any city to get your driver's license done.
Well, you sure can. And I'm thankful that we don't have to go stand in the line in Clanton to get her license.
Me too.
I remember getting my
I
driver's.
wonder if that's for taking the driver's test too.
I'm sure. I'm
Yes.
sure because I remember when Mackenzie was getting her driver's license that I told Zoe that she could make an appointment in Selma.
Yeah.
Because at that time you couldn't make.
I guess I don't know
appointments.
what difference it makes really because
I guess it's a state thing. As long as you're in your state, then it
it
doesn't
doesn't matter
matter.
because it's a state license. It's not a
And
city
it may not be that
license.
way in every state.
May not be. I don't know.
It's
Yeah,
because
it's a state issue,
issued,
not by county.
county.
That's what I was just thinking. Yeah, it's just makes sense. Makes sense.
I tell y'all, we have an old boat that we use basically to go birding.
Mhm.
We
Yes.
don't particularly use it in the summer.
Yep.
But Mary Carl and I went a couple of weeks ago. It was a football game on, and it was Saturday. And I realized that the boat tag or registration expires the same month your tags do on your car. So we get to the lake, and I'm like, oh my gosh, Mary Carl, our boat tags expired. It was around the 1st of October,
Yep,
and our
yep.
tags expired in September. So I called Jason and I said, look, I think you can do it online. So he did it online. I just didn't have any proof with me that I had renewed the tag. And they mailed me the stickers.
Yeah.
So the next time we went, we stuck the stickers on it and we're all good. But oh my goodness, that was I didn't realize that they expire the same time your car tag does. So we're all up to date now.
What was your favorite Halloween candy? Did you have a favorite?
Well,
I mean, number one, if you went to a house and they gave you a full-size candy bar, I mean, you thought those people were as rich as Elon Musk.
I remember during trick or treating days where you walked around the neighborhood.
Yes.
I don't know if kids even still do that.
I don't know if they do it anymore.
But you know, it was so exciting. It wasn't about necessarily the holiday. It was
Yep.
just the excitement of going around and getting candy. There was this one house, and this gentleman worked for the Coca-Cola company.
hmm
And he was always our most exciting place to go because he gave out canned Cokes. And even back then, you were going from house to house, and you were hot and sweaty.
Yep.
You got to that house, and he gave you a can of Coca-Cola.
There
That was my favorite memory.
So when I was a kid, we go trick or treating over Nanny's house where George lives now.
Uh-huh.
And there was an older couple there, and they did homemade popcorn balls,
Oh,
and I remember those very much so. But you know, I'm trying to think I could tell you wasn't my favorite more than I can tell you what
the peanut butter.
those orange and black wrap candies.
That's
I don't
the
know
peanut
what
butter.
they are.
Yeah, the fake
I
peanut
don't know
butter
what
stuff.
them things are. Disgusting.
I don't mind those.
If somebody gave you that orange wrap or black wrap candy, you're like, oh my gracious. Oh, me.
The neighborhood that I lived in was like where everybody drove their kids and parked on the side of the road.
Yep.
And
That was it.
because it was a circle.
Yep.
You know, it was a big circle. They could cover every house in the whole. So my parents always had to give out oodles of candy. And I can remember, you know, Mama just being like, oh gosh. She was ready for me to be the age where I didn't want to go trick or treating, but I wanted to be the one giving out the candy.
I tell you one that I remember were the little it was like little wax soda bottles, but it had like a green or red
I
in
don't
it,
remember that.
and you'd bite the top off of it and drink the little. I love those.
And you know, talking about how times have changed, now you couldn't go to somebody's house and eat something homemade.
Yeah, I guess not.
But you know, back then it was
You think
no
nothing about
thought.
it. No thought about it.
And your parents never told you,
No
you know,
thought about
to
it.
not eat something somebody made.
Mhm.
Just
Smarties. I remember, you know, I liked when I got Smarties, and I liked when I got Sweet Tarts, and then you know, Snickers. of
yeah, I like
course.
Snickers.
Mounds is probably my favorite though, but Snickers, Milky Way, all those were good. All those were good. But yeah, those
I like that Coca-Cola.
you like the Coca-Cola, and
I
I
like
like the popcorn ball. Pixie sticks.
Yes,
Oh,
Pixie
yes.
sticks were good.
Yes.
Pixie
And
sticks were good.
You know, I think that's the only time you got Pixie sticks.
Yeah, I think you're right. And you know, the Pixie stick, if you pull the end of it off and you got too much saliva on the end of it, it didn't come off,
Stick
and
right.
you had to pull it down some more.
That's right.
Then you lost half of
Yep.
it.
Yep.
Circus peanuts.
Candy corn, of course. But yeah, Pixie sticks.
You like candy corn?
I did when I was a kid, but I don't care for it now.
Well, you remember I freeze dried some
Yeah,
of
you
it.
did.
And Rachel actually freeze dried.
Yep.
We did that last year, I guess it was. We did freeze dried candy corn.
It's just too much sugar. Back then, though, when you was a kid, you know, it didn't bother you.
Oh no, you didn't think
Yeah,
anything about it.
it.
You get home and you dump that plastic pumpkin out on the floor, and you would sort it out. You know, you'd figure out what you wanted and what you didn't want.
I didn't have a plastic pumpkin.
What'd you have? A pillowcase?
We had a pillowcase.
Oh my goodness.
You know, if you hit that right neighborhood, you had to get the pillowcase. You're taking the pillowcase trick or treating.
Speaking of trick or treating, they do something downtown Clanton, and it'll be Friday evening.
It's
and
nice.
I asked Mary Carl, I said, "Are you and Emily planning on going
Yeah.
downtown?" No, Emily's got a ball game.
Well,
So I was all
dude,
disappointed.
we had so much fun last year.
We did. The
Yes.
girls went and they dressed up, and you know, the little kids walking around, and all the businesses line up on the street and
Mhm.
give out candy, have food trucks, maybe even a lobster truck or something. Cousin's main lobster rolls.
Well, man.
So we're not, well, I guess we can go. We can
We could
dress
go.
up.
Yeah, we could dress up. I
and
could be Farmer Jason.
I don't know what I'm going to be.
Oh, that. Speaking of, I'll probably get some emails this week
Why?
of kids that dress up as
Oh,
Farmer Jason.
yeah.
Yep.
Yeah.
That always is
Well, I was
Great.
kind of looking forward to it. And then she said Emily's got a ball game Friday night. And I thought, oh, well,
Mm.
it's just not fun going without kids.
Yeah,
I
it's
mean, I know
not.
that the
Yeah.
girls are 14 and 15 years old, but still,
Mhm.
take Jessie.
Oh, goodness.
I can dress as Holly and you can be Farmer Jason.
Oh, goodness.
That's a good idea.
That's a good idea.
Yeah. I
Oh,
saw a chicken costume yesterday and I thought, oh, I could dress Dee Dee up like a chicken.
oh, it was
Anyway.
fun. It was fun.
What else we got, Jason?
Oh, I think that's it.
All right. Well, looks like it's going to be a dreary day here and going to be raining tomorrow.
Somebody said we could be Ma and Pa kettle corn.
Oh, goodness. Speaking of that, somebody brought us some, I don't know if you call it kettle corn. It was popcorn.
Mm-hmm.
And it was Old Bay seasoning
Oh,
popcorn.
I meant to bring them up here and taste test. Well, we've already tasted, but show
Yeah,
them.
we know what it
We'll
tastes
show
like.
them on the next slide.
These nice people, they were from
Maryland.
Mm-hmm. And this Old Bay popcorn was made in their area, and we had to bust it open at the meet and greet because we didn't really know what to expect.
No.
And it's got a little kick to it at the end, but it's good.
Yep.
It's really good. I didn't know what to expect.
I meant to bring that up here and I forgot, but we'll do that on the next one.
It's like a tub.
You got to
it looks like what Super Bubble Gum came in.
Yeah,
and it's
that's right.
Old Bay
that's it.
popcorn. It is good. It was very good, and we appreciate
different
them bringing that to us.
Yes, very different.
Very different.
Mm-hmm.
All right, y'all. Well, hopefully we're not telling a story by saying we'll have a video tomorrow like I did Saturday. I said Saturday morning, I'll have a video tomorrow.
Yep.
And I didn't. So hopefully I'm not jinxing us by saying things will go as planned. No more busted pipes.
No more busted pipes.
No more busted pipes.
Yes.
And we will plan to be back here on Saturday morning.
That's right.
And everything should go as followed.
That's right. Through with your coffee?
I am just about finished with it. It sure was good this morning. So whatever y'all doing today, I hope you have a fantastic rest of your day.
Absolutely.
And you gotta say it.
Y'all be good.